I'm back again. Only this time, we're sort of having a kind of a new start. We're moving on to book 2 of our series. This book is entitled, as you probably know by now, Freedom and Economic Order. And what we're going to be doing for the next several modules is to explore the relationship between the economic arrangements of a society and individual freedom and limited government, as we have discussed it so far. Now, why do we have to bring in economics in a course on freedom in American society? Well, as you will see, the issue of economics is unavoidable for mankind and for every human being. Yes, we have a political and legal dimension to freedom, but remember, freedom involves the ability to think or act in the absence of coercion. And we want to be free in a myriad of situations, not just with respect to religion and speech and press and association, but we want to be free to buy and sell what we want, to meet our needs according to our own subjective preferences and so forth. You'll notice, if you observe carefully, that every single thought or action that you take while you are alive has an economic dimension to it. So we can't ignore economics. Economic systems alone cannot protect and preserve freedom, but the wrong economic system can in fact destroy freedom. So it's crucial that we understand the kinds of economic arrangements that are and are not compatible with individual freedom as we understand it. So that's what we'll be doing in this chapter, this beginning chapter. We try to explain more carefully why we must be concerned with economic considerations, like it or not. Whether we think that economics is vulgar and materialistic and beneath our concern, we will see that's an illusion. None of us, even the most selfless and altruistic, can ignore economic considerations. And that's because such considerations derive from what the older tradition, what economists call the nature of things. And we'll see that the nature of things, the kind of world we live in, is characterized at its most fundamental and irremediable level by the fact of scarcity or limited resources. That forces upon us the necessity of choice. That is, it forces upon us the necessity of economic decision-making in everything we do. And we shall further see that the economic problem that faces all of mankind and always has, no matter what the political system, is at bottom, and this may seem a strange thing to say at first, at bottom, it's a knowledge problem. If somehow we knew, or even if one person on earth knew exactly how these scarce resources of this world should be utilized, what we should produce, how should we produce it, and who should get it, our economic problem would be solved once and for all. We would just hand that person all power and say, get to work using your computers and so forth and figure out the best economic arrangement. But unfortunately, as we shall see, no one on earth has that knowledge and no one on earth can acquire it. The problem is our ignorance, our irremediable ignorance that can never be fixed. So as we shall see, the reason for the relative success of market-based economies versus so-called planned or commanded societies, shorthand capitalism and socialism, is that the former has bypassed our ignorance by evolving a means of obtaining the necessary information and knowledge we need to make rational economic planning in the face of scarcity. This is one reason why the market system, as we shall see, the best name for it is the price system. So we're going to explore in this initial chapter exactly the nature of the economic problem, and especially the economic problem regarded as a knowledge problem. We can't ignore it because this is at the root of all modern economic concerns and debates. So this is what we're going to start off with, and then we will get in subsequent chapters to understanding in more detail exactly how the two modern economic paradigms, capitalism and socialism, purport to be able to help in the solution of the economic problem so conceived. So dig in. Please enjoy. I hope you learned something and find this topic as fascinating as I do. It's truly, actually, it's truly rather wondrous once you grasp how the price system contributes to the solution of the economic problem. Okay, goodbye for now.